Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, distinguished members of the governing body, distinguished faculty, proud graduates of the day, and even more importantly, their proud parents of the day, ladies and gentlemen. I deem it a great honor that I've been invited to give the convocation address of JSFC University, a young but a very dynamic university, a boutique university with a futuristic approach. And because you are young, you don't have a legacy, and therefore you can design a completely new future. I want to begin by congratulating the graduates of the day as you move out into the outer world. But equally, I want to congratulate your teachers, your parents especially, because education is the best gift that they could have given to you. Now, I said you are venturing out into the new world. What kind of word it is? Well, it does not resemble the word we had just when we began the year 2020 on 1st January. It's completely changed. There is what is called as a pre-COVID and post-COVID world. And you can just see in a very short time, just 100 days, what has happened. In 100 days, there were more than 100 million families which moved from poverty to extreme poverty, certainly. In 100 days, 450 million jobs were lost, 150 million of them in India. In 100 days, 1.6 billion children went out of school. And in 100 days, billions of people did not go to the offices or their factories. Work from home became the norm. So there is a dramatic shift in this. And therefore now people are talking in terms of recovery. But I would say more relevant is not recovery, but rediscovery, reinvention, rethinking about creating a new future. We can't go back to where we were. We have to create a better future. And in order to do that, what do we have to do? Our Honorable Prime Minister has inspired us by wanting us to create Atmanirbhar Bharat. And who is going to create that Atmanirbhar Bharat? You are going to do it. And that Atmanirbhar Bharat has to be created with Atmavishwas, self-reliant India with self-confidence. It has to be done with Atmasamman. And therefore you have the challenge of creating this new India of our dreams. Based on my experience, and now I'm 77-year-old, there are some lessons that I learned from my own book of life. So what I'm going to do is to give you 10 Mashelkar mantras. They have worked for me. I hope they will work for you. What are those? The first is hard work. You know, like instant coffee, there is no instant success. All right? I'm 77. I've worked hard 24/7, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, and I'll continue to do so till the last day of my life. But remember, it is important to work hard in silence. Let success make all the noise. That's Mashelkar mantra number 1. Mashelkar mantra number 2 is what is important in life is purpose, perseverance, and patience. You have to have a big purpose in life, the North Star. And for that, you have to persevere with passion. Perseverance is very important. It is always too early to give up. Remember, winners are never quitters, and quitters are never winners. That is Mashelkar mantra number 2. What is Mashelkar mantra number 3? दीक्षांत का मतलब, जैसे आपका आज दीक्षांत हो रहा है, दीक्षांत का मतलब शिक्षांत नहीं होता. Continuous learning till the last day of your life becomes important. Because technology is changing so fast, knowledge is expanding so fast, that what you have learned in this wonderful university today might start becoming slowly irrelevant as we sort of move along. So therefore, you have to keep on learning. That is lesson number 3. Dikshant ka matlab shikshant nahi. The next one is that you can do anything but not everything. So you have to focus very sharply. Other lesson is you keep on knocking on the doors of opportunity and they don't open. Then you have to create your own doors. All right? This is extremely important. You have to create new path. Don't keep on walking on the same path that others have. You have to create your own name, your own destiny, and that is in your hands. The next one is always be a part of a solution, never a part of a problem. And given any problem, there will be multiple solutions. So be a solution seeker, not complainer about the problem that we have. They will always continue to be there. The other one is the qualities that you must have. Innovation up here, passion in the belly, but compassion in the heart. You must have compassion for the society. As I told you, there are 100 million people, million families who moved from poverty to extreme poverty. What can we do for them? You have seen the labor migrants, the way they walked hundreds of kilometers, old, children, women, pregnant women, and so on and so forth. What do we do about them? That compassion you must have, and using innovation to solve their problems. That's lesson number 8. The other lesson I want to give you and emphasize, your aspirations are your possibilities. Aim high. If you aim at Everest, you will at least reach Kanchenjunga. But if you aim at Kanchenjunga, you will not even reach Hanuman Tekdi. And if you aim at Hanuman Tekdi, you will stay where you are. So aim high. And I find this among the young people, by the way. It's an incredible measure. I was talking to a group of young startups on the other day. And I'm always talking about our Indian higher education system, how great it has been. So I mentioned to them, you know, Satya Nadella, Microsoft CEO, is product of higher education in India. I said, Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, is a product of higher education in India. So since you have gone through that higher education system, like in our wonderful GSFC University, you also have a bright future. You can become, let's say, Satya Nadella or Sundar Pichai. You know what was their response? I thought they will be happy, but one young fellow got up. He was very polite. He said, sir, I don't think you understand what is going on in our mind. So I said, why? What happened? Then he said something which is very interesting. He said, sir, in your time, your only dream was to go to US somehow. Next generation, go to US, also get a job in Microsoft. Next generation, go to US, get a job in Microsoft and become CEO. Not our dream. Our dream is to create our own Microsoft, our own Google here in our India. That is the aspiration. That's how you must do it. And my last point, the 10th Mashelkar mantra, is there is no limit to human endurance. There is no limit to human achievement. There is no limit to human imagination, excepting the limit you put on yourself. You know, talking about endurance, you have seen during this pandemic, there is this girl, Jyoti Paswan, just 15-year-old. And how she moved from Haryana to Bihar, cycling 1200 kilometers, taking her father who had broken his knees, 1200 kilometers. No limit to human endurance. Similarly, there is no limit to human achievement, human imagination. So let me tell you a story from my own book, Book of Life and End. You know, Professor Sena Rao, Bharat Ratna, is my guru. Okay? He's a great scientist, and accepting Nobel Prize, he has got everything, and I hope one of these days he will get it. So I became Fellow of Royal Society. That is supposed to be the highest honor after Nobel Prize. You know, you sign in the book where Newton has signed. And only 3 engineering scientists in 360 years have become, from India, have become fellows. So I was very proud of that, and I phoned him. I said, sir, I have become fellow of Royal Society. You know what was his response? Not bad. I was very disappointed. Then I became fellow of American Academy of Arts and Science, which was established in 1780 by Benjamin Franklin and George Washington. 200 Nobel laureates are members of that. And anyone from Winston Churchill to Charles Darwin to Einstein to Nelson Mandela, they are all there. And only 7 Indians from 1780 have been. I happen to be the 7th. I thought now he will get very impressed. So I phoned him up. You know what was his response? Not bad. And then I became US National Academy of Inventors. Not 7th, etc. I was the first one to become. I thought now he will be very impressed. I called him. Again he said, not bad. Then I said, sir, what do I have to do to impress you? He said, Mashelkar, please understand that you are climbing a ladder of excellence. And that ladder of excellence is limitless. There is no limit, excepting the limit you put on yourself. So what is my last message to you? What it means is that it doesn't matter what you achieve. There is always something more to achieve. Not just reaching your potential, exceeding your potential. So you have to say, my best is yet to come. Now, you are in your early 20s, okay? You will become 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You will live for 100 years. But no matter which day of the year it is, whether you are in 20s or 80s, every day morning when you get up, you have to say, my best is yet to come, and maybe today is the day it will come. And if you continue to do that till the last day of your life, India, our beloved nation, will be a very different nation, and it will find its rightful place in the Committee of Nations, which is right up there. God bless you. Thank you very much.